Hello and welcome to my Ciao Land of the Rising Sun mini album tutorial series designed for scrap and create. If you would like to follow along with the tutorial series, check out the links in the description box below where you can purchase all the supplies that you will need to make this mini album. Let's get into the tutorial. In today's tutorial, we are going to work on the back side of page 1. The first piece that we need to cut measures 4 1/4 by 4 3/4. Now on the 4 3/4 inch side, we're going to score this at 1/2 inch along the top. We're going to cut one piece that measures 4 1/4 by 4 1/4. It does not need scored. Then we're going to cut a piece that measures 6 1/2 by 11 inches. On the 11-inch side, we're going to score this at 5 inches and 10 inches. Then we're going to cut a piece that measures 2 1/4 by 6 1/4. On the 6 1/4 inch side, we're going to score this at 1/2 inch and 5 3/4 inch. We're going to cut another piece that measures 6 1/4 inches by 2 inches. On the 2-inch side, we're going to score at 1/2 inch along the bottom. Final piece, we're going to cut to 6 1/4 by 2 1/4. On the 2 1/4 inch side, we're going to score this at 1/2 inch on the bottom edge. I'm going to take my scissors and miter the ends on all of my 1/2 inch tab sections of all of my pieces. Then I'm going to take my bone folder and fold back on all those score lines and burnish all of these pieces flat. Once I have that finished, I'm going to come back and show you how to assemble the page. The first thing I'm going to do is mark my center of my page 1 1/8 inch from center on the top and the bottom. Then I'm going to take my belly band and I'm going to adhere this here to the center of my page. Once the belly band is on, I'm going to take my 4 3/4 inch piece and apply my adhesive to that 1/2 inch tab. And then I'm going to place this on the top of my 4 1/4 inch square piece. I'm going to line everything up and burnish this down. Now, once we have some decorative paper on here, I am going to place this on the front of my belly band and we'll have a closure, a little ribbon or a tie closure down here. I'm going to set both of these pieces aside and then come in with my final 3 pieces. I'm going to take my smaller of my 2 pieces here and apply my adhesive to that 1/2 inch tab first. And then I'm going to adhere this right on top of the tab from the second piece, lining up those edges, and then I'll burnish this down. Now I have gone ahead and folded my little booklet, so this is going to be a booklet that goes underneath my belly band. So it will slide under here. But I'm going to place this inside of here as well. And then I'm going to put some tags in here. So I'm going to have room for photos, but I'm going to have some tags. Since that collection paper has so many little tags, I thought that would be cute to have a little tag pocket inside this little photo booklet. So I'm going to add my adhesive to that 1/2 inch tab section here, and I'm going to just eyeball this. It's only 1/8 of an inch smaller, but I need to make sure that this whole thing will close before I go ahead and burnish it down, because this is a little bit thicker because of those double 1/2 inch tabs on this piece. I need to leave a little bit of extra room past that score line. And then this will fold. This is going to go underneath my belly band here. And then once I have my decorative paper, like I mentioned, this is going to go on top. But for now, that is all we're going to do for the build. So we're going to jump in next to the papers using the Ciao papers. I'm starting with this 8x8 paper here. I've cut this bottom image. It's 4x4, so it's from the bottom corner. Then I have this 12x12 paper here, and I've just cut a piece 7 inches by 5 inches. Then I've cut from the back side, I'm going to be using 2 pieces. They are 4 inches by 4 inches. Then I have this little piece that was here in this center section, and I've cut 2 pieces that measure 2 inches by 1/2 of an inch. So I'm going to start with these pieces first. I'm going to bring in my little card first. Before I adhere any of my papers on, I'm going to cut 2 pieces of ribbon to 8 inches in length. I'm going to adhere one here to the bottom of my little card in the center. Just about 1/2 of an inch of the ribbon end, and then the rest is going to hang off of the card. Then I'm going to take this paper here and I'm going to adhere it to the front of the card, and I'm going to take these 2 pieces and adhere on both of the inside panels. Next, I'm going to take my page base and I'm going to place this paper underneath my belly band here. And then from my 2 little tiny pieces that I've cut, I'm going to adhere one at the top and bottom of my belly band here like this. Then my card is going to go here on the front of my belly band. I'm actually going to adhere these down first, then I'm going to come back and adhere my ribbon on before I place my card. Now that I have my papers on, I'm going to go ahead here and just double check to make sure. So right about just a little bit below my paper is where my card is going to go. So I'm going to apply my ribbon end here like this in the center. Now I'm going to take my adhesive and apply my adhesive here to this whole entire center section, making sure just a little tiny bit of the tops of that blue paper has some adhesive. And then I'm going to adhere my card right down on the page. Now you can measure this so that it is exactly centered, but I'm just centering my 2 ribbons since I know those are both in the center of the pieces. And then I'm going to adhere this down. And now my ribbons will tie closed here. And you could add a charm here if you want to your ribbon, but I'm not going to because it will actually hang out of my album. So I'm just going to tie this in a bow. So this part is done, and next we're going to move on to our booklet. From this 12 by 12 paper, I cut a piece that measures 6 1/4 by 12 inches. Then I've cut 2 pieces that are 4 3/4 of an inch. Then I've cut 2 pieces that measure 3/4 by 6 1/4. And then 1 piece that measures 1 inch by 6 inches. From this 12 by 12 paper, I've cut 2 pieces that measure 6 1/4 by 4 3/4. Then from the back side of the paper, I've cut 1 piece that measures 6 inches by 1 1/4. I'm going to take my 2 floral pieces. I'm going to place one here on the front and one here on the back side of my little booklet. Then for this here, I've got my 2 pieces that are 3/4 of an inch. One's going to go here and the other one is going to go here on the inside. Next, I'm going to open up to the inside. I'm going to take my first piece of paper and place it here, and my second piece and place it here. Next, I'm going to take this piece here. I'm going to be using the flowered side, so I'm going to apply my adhesive to the back side of this piece, and I'm going to adhere this to the inside of this piece. Then I'm going to take my adhesive and apply the adhesive down these sides on the front piece, and then close this to form my little pocket for my tags. Then I'm going to take my fan paper and adhere it here to the front, and I forgot that I needed to cut a piece for the back, so I've cut a piece from the floral paper. It measures 1 1/2 inches by 6 inches, and I'm going to place it here on the back side. Now that my little pocket is covered, I've cut 3 tags. They're all from the same paper, and I'm just going to place these in this pocket here, like this. Close this up. Then I'm going to bring my page in and place this here behind my belly band. And that is it for the back side of page 1. And that's it for this tutorial. So in the next tutorial, we will begin working on the front side of page 2. I'll see you in the next tutorial.